can leave the party without ever letting you know. Without ever letting you know. Without ever letting you know.
What's going on, guys? We've had plenty of messages about NFT Hive and how to use it. So, we are going to give you a very basic rundown on how to use NFT Hive to the max. Okay, it can be a little bit bulky, chunky, and sometimes it doesn't work properly, a little bit laggy and glitchy, but you've just got to bear with it. So a little bit of background about NFT Hive. It is a easy way to view your sets if you're trying to complete things like Kogs, and it's a great way to do mass staking if you're trying to use things like our planet. So you can also use this as a link to Atomic Hub to purchase things that you are missing if you are trying to complete a set. And other than that, you can also do trades, and it's pretty good for viewing your notifications because we all know they don't work on Atomic Hub at the moment. So without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to start off with a really basic one now, guys. And I'm just going to show you how to use it to complete a set on Kogs and show you how simple that is. Waiting for it to load up. Also, guys, they have advertisements all the time about the up and coming new packs. Some of the new packs, as you all know, go for crazy amounts of money if they are in short supply or high demand. So I suggest, to make the most out of the Atomic Hub ecosystem, that you purchase maybe a pack or two on launch if you're able to get them, and either try and open them soon to try and get low mints if they mint in order and they're not randomly generated, or maybe just hold on to the packs and sell them for a few extra wax, because the wax ecosystem is amazing and there's money to be made. So let's jump in. So I click this button here. Obviously I've typed in Kogs and it's going to bring me to this filter system, which straight away doesn't look very nice on the front end. It almost looks like you're looking at something back end. Okay, so we have a bit of information here. We have the collection, the category, the name, the rarity, the series, whether or not it's foil, whether or not it's gold, the tube ID, completion, or that would be the asset ID, and also the score. If we go over to filters, we have all of these filter systems. So I can pick my set. What I find it easiest, because I usually go off of rarity, I will just quickly click rarity and I will change it to uncommon, for instance. I don't really worry about series because I know that I collect multiple different series, so it's not really going to help me as a specified field. Same with category. I know I've got one first edition because I like the artwork, so I don't worry about that. But if you guys have got first or second edition, obviously you want to select which one you're going for. You can go straight into the name if you find that easier and you're looking for a certain set. Right now what I'm going to do is I want to find out what sets I'm closest to completing. And I know a lot of new people to Kogs, and other NFTs, if you're trying to complete sets, you're going to want to know which set you're closest to be most cost effective to complete that set, get it tubed up for this staking window on the 24th, for instance. So we don't want to select the name because we're not too sure yet. We don't want to select the border or color because we're looking for what sets we're closest to. I'm just going to put foil false here because I'm new and I don't have foil or golds, or if I do, I don't have enough wax to complete those sets. I don't worry about my completed sets. As you can see, they're 32 out of 32. So I'm just going to put uncompleted and then include tubes, and I'm going to unclip no tube, and then I'm going to hit find. And then after a little bit of loading, we can press this drop down here. So this is now going to load in my set, and you can see how much the set is valued at and how much it's going to cost for me to buy that directly off the market. 250 wax for 2 uncommons. That is extortion. You can tell that it's coming up to the staking window. There's probably about 150, 200 of these minted as well. Let's have a look, actually. So, well, it's 172. That one's not too bad. It's the other one we're looking for. So, right, let's rewind a second. So, this obviously takes up a massive amount of the screen, and we don't want that. So we're going to go over to these 3 little dots here. You can hide information or show information. So you can see that it will tell you the names and it will hide those, and also it will remove a little bit of your menu as well. First thing we're going to do, we're just going to zoom out to make it a little bit easier on the eyes and so that it takes up less of the screen. This is the view that I like to use. You can then click what we want, and again that one's 172, I think is the highest mint there, so nearly 200 mints. And this one, the expensive one, 399 wax. Jesus Christ, it's only 1 and 4. These are really low mints. I can go onto the marketplace and find out exactly how many mints there are, but I'm not going to do that right now. So again, zooming in and out is your friend. It makes it much easier on the eyes, and it allows you to do things like this. Just open up multiple sets, zoom all the way out, and it makes it a lot easier to tab in, tab out, and check what sets you're close to. Have a look what people are trading in the Discord. Have a look on the market if you want to get up a second tab on the market, or maybe you're going through someone's profile, their WAM address on a trade. All very easy to use. Another great tool is to view as image, which you can do here, and then you just right click the image and then you can save as. You just right click the image and you can save as, and then you can drag that over to the Discord, send to your friend or whatnot. Sometimes similar things to this will happen, or all of the assets would disappear completely. If you are on Windows 10, you just click the blue box for that to disappear again, like so. And also if you're down here and we view this one as image, fear not, you just need to scroll to the top. Okay, to get rid of it, like I said, click the blue box. If it doesn't load in all of your assets, or if there is a problem, you can press, if you're on Windows 10, Shift Windows button and S, and that will bring up your little snip crop tool. You drag it across like that, you click on it, and then you just hit save, and that will save as well. And then you can drag that across to your Discord or send to your mates or whatever. So really great tools, makes it really easy to complete sets. Going back, it's really makes things a lot easier to turn foil and gold off if you're not looking for foil and gold, just because, as you will see, if I go on to rare and I leave these as the standard setting, the default setting, and I click find, you will notice that this rainbow set will be 29, and this one will be 32, and that's because it's the royal set, because it's loaded in the gold slammers, as you can see down here. And I went for 2 rainbow sets, guys. They were expensive, but I think untubing them at the end is going to be worth it. I lost days of my life trying to complete them, and we've only got a few more days to the staking window, so it really depends on how much wax and how much patience you've got. So going back to our friends here, you can make bundles to sell if you are going to sell them in a bundle on Atomic Hub. Some people find it easier to use the bundle on NFT Hive. You can also transfer, so I could transfer this right now. This is really interesting, guys. So if we use the bulk tools transfer, it tells you what price it last sold at, which is actually really useful information. So if you're thinking about selling off a set or something like that, you can maybe see which ones you're going to get the most money for. So that's good information as well. So say we add this and then we say transfer, it's going to ask me to who. So if my buddy wants a cog and I've got some arrangement where for instance me and Hood had an arrangement where he had a coin of fate that I needed, so rather than exchange it with him because he was very attached to that coin of fate, I suggested that he gives it to me to complete the set, and I give him a percentage of the RFox that we get in return. So to do that, rather than doing a blank trade through Atomic Hub, he could just type in my address and he could have just transferred it to me. So again, really useful information here. It tells you how many have sold and what the last sold price was, so that is really useful to know. I'm just going to go back here to my screen. And then also you can also create tubes from here, which I have tried. I didn't do it in the end. I actually used the Kogs website, so it just didn't feel right to me, and I didn't want to screw it up because it was like when I first started tubing. So then there's loads of other great tools that you can use here as well. You can sell off all your duplicates on the market. You can even sell from here. You can bundle the highest duplicates because obviously you'll probably want to keep those low mints. But yeah, essentially, in a nutshell, that is the easiest way to use for the Kogs aspect to find out what sets you're closest on finishing, because ultimately it will put them at the top. So I need 1 cog for that, and I need 3 for this one, obviously because it's the foil set, so gold set, sorry. So if I turn those both off and then I search back, we should have zoom out of that one, and then you can see I need 4 for this one, 11 for this one. So it puts them in ascending order of how many cogs I need, okay? Also, guys, if you're really new, okay, what I suggest you do, open a couple of packs, come over to NFT Hive, go through your sets in rarity order, maybe start with uncommon or common slammers because they were most cost effective before everybody started buying them all up off the market. And you can see how much wax it's going to cost you to complete that off of the market. So it might be worth you going for the cheaper sets, and make sure you use the stake and reward system that's on the Kogs website so you know which ones are most cost effective versus the price of the return of RFox versus the price of wax going in. And but yeah, don't get me stuck in a Kogs RFox rabbit hole, because we'll be here all night if I start talking about that. Moving on now to our planet. Obviously, our planet is massive now. It's really blown up, and we are really fond of it. What I've started doing just recently is at night before I go to bed, because I'm going to go to bed, you know, and then I'm going to go to work. So there is probably a good 15 hours where I won't be online. So that's 15 hours that those cogs could be paying me dividends in ETH while I'm at work. So what I've started doing, guys, is I've started mass staking. So back to the NFT Hive front page, I'm clicking on these bars here on the side. You can see we've got the market, we've got a few things here, we've got analytics, which we'll go into in a minute, but we've got bulk tools. Now, bulk tools make it really easy to do lots of things, okay? The one thing that we're going to focus on now, because we want to make this a short, basic video about Kogs and our planet, because I think they're the main uses of NFT Hive and the things that people want to understand, is we can click stake and unstake, right? I believe when the staking windows opens for Kogs, you can bulk stake all of your tubes in one go. For instance, if there's a capture issue like what we had the other week, and every transaction requires you to click the box and then click, you know, your bicycle image or whatnot, it's probably easier to mass stake everything at the same time. Because I know some people are concerned that they're not going to be able to stake their tubes, because once all of the RFox is, you know, absorbed up, there'll be no more staking windows. So I don't know if that's going to be the case, and if it is, it's not going to be the first couple of days, so don't worry too much about that, guys. But if you just want it for simplicity, you can use that as mass stake. I'm actually going to stake some cogs now just to show you how easy it is. Just going to wait for this to load up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to type cogs in over here. We're going to come down to results. I'm going to click 400 so that it's the most. If it is being a little bit laggy, sometimes they fail and it says things like you did not, assets were not found or was not done fast enough. In which case, what I will do is I'll come back here and I'll just reduce that down to 100, because I think there's less loading time, so it tends to work more. But if you've got 2,000 cogs, you're going to be there for a while. But you got to do what you got to do. Again, not worried about series. I'm going off rarity. All of my commons are staked on our planet. I do not see much point in trading commons. I know a lot of people are creating common sets, and I'm really happy to help those people. I tend to take a few rares or whatever for multiple, I'm talking like maybe 30, 40 commons, just to, help them fill their sets. I know a couple of people will make loads of common tubes and sell them on the market just to make a few wax. Again, guys, bringing you back to that Atomic Hub ecosystem. By opening loads of packs and trying to complete these sets, you're going to acquire a lot of commons. You can make common tubes for maybe 30 wax to fill the set and then tube it and then sell it on the market for maybe 65 wax. So you're making a bit of wax, and I know a lot of people have done that and worked their way up. Old Drog Beats worked his way up from $50 to about 4,000 Fox now, so fair play to that guy. And I know there's other people as well that do it. And so it can be a really lucrative way to build up wax to complete other sets. So, like I said, all of my uncommons are constantly on there unless I know someone wants uncommons, and then I'll take them off and trade. So I'm just going to click here my ultra rares because it's going to make it easier, because I've only got like 30 odd or something like that aren't tubed. And then I don't worry about all of these settings, but again, guys, you've got a really in-depth field of settings here, okay? And even things like mint, you can type in the name, the ID number. It really is a useful tool when you know how to use NFT Hive and when it's working. So we're going to hit find. Those bad boys are going to load up like so. I'm then just going to click all assets and stake. Stake 32 assets. Staking. There you go. They're staked. Yo, boy! So if we go onto Kogs, this might take a while to load up. But you can see we've got all these 8s here. So that means that they are ultra rares. And if you ask my opinion, I think 8 is a bit low for an ultra rare cog considering the cost of them. But hey ho, we deal with it. So that's how easy it is to stake, guys. I'm also just going to now go back and change this from stake. You can also burn, craft for, I'm guessing, things like Street Fighter and stuff like that. I'm going to click unstake. And there we are. I just found them straight away. Just going to click that and unstake. So it makes it very easy for me to stake all of my assets when I go to bed and then unstake them from when I come back from work. And at the moment, that's generating us probably about an extra 60, 80,000 ETH, which isn't much, but on the grand scale of things, it's actually quite a lot. Especially when you look at the price of ETH on Alcor versus Wax at the moment. If you're doing that, maybe you're generating yourself, an extra pack of Kogs every couple of days. So, again, it's not just Kogs. This isn't a Kogs video. You can stake, say, your Dark Country stuff. You can stake anything that you can find on our planet, really. And NFT is used for lots of other things. It's not just our planet. Obviously, our planet and Kogs. It's just that we have the most experience using it for our planet and Kogs. But again, we're covering mainly the Kogs aspect of it because it's really helpful to complete those sets and also staking on our planet, because they're the two main things that we have experience in doing. And at the moment, I think that people are mainly using NFT Hive to make sure that they've got all of their sets or make it easier to complete sets and also mass staking. So also on here, we've got analytics, which is fantastic. You can actually get lost in quite a few rabbit holes if you go through all of this stuff. So you can see roughly how much wax has moved through atomic assets, and you can see how much, how many assets have been created versus how much wax has been spent. So we can see here that there's been a lot of wax. So we all know that the Major League Baseball cards came out. And there's been sort of Exit Limbo and loads of other stuff staked recently, minted recently. So we've got a few peaks here. You can also go in and find here. So Major League Tops, we can see how many buyers and sellers we've got. We can see 2.7 million wax. Okay, so these come out yesterday. Alien Worlds, you can see what the highest grossing things are, which is quite interesting. It's good to see. There are also your top markets. So if you don't know, guys, it's not just Atomic Hub. There are other markets out there that sell wax NFTs, wax-based NFTs. Or they will link you back to Atomic Hub or Simple Market. And then also you've got your top sellers as well. So I have, when I was really struggling to complete a royal rare set on Kogs, I did actually find a couple of Kogs whales that had sort of hundreds of thousands worth of wax of Kogs, and checked their account. And most of them had 4 or 5 duplicates of one cog. There was only one cog on the market, and they got 4 or 5. So, it's a bit, it might be a bit cheeky, but I'd go and find these accounts and I'd try and send them a trade. And what I think I maybe sent like 15, 20 trades in total one night when I was avidly trying to seek a certain cog. And I think 1 or 2 people did trade back. So it can be a good tool as well to exploit to help you complete those sets. There are more analytics, but I want to keep this video quite short because we're covering something else really excited, and we're just doing this, just as a brief overview for you guys. So we will definitely be doing another video as we learn more. NFT Hive was one of the Wax Labs projects. If you guys don't know about Wax Labs, head over there as well. So basically people propose ideas, they go through and review it, and then if they like it, they back it. So this one was actually backed, and they actually made it. So interestingly enough as well, if you go on there today, they are reviewing wax loans as well, which could be really, really interesting. So guys, again, I can't stress enough how good the Wax and Atomic Hub ecosystem is, and NFT Hive is a vital tool if you are trying to make things easy, especially if it's working. So guys, thanks for watching the video. If we've missed anything, if there's any functions to NFT Hive or any settings that you find really easy or work really well for you, please drop down in the comments or feel free to DM us. Also join the Discord, come say hello. We're all trying to share our experiences in there. This is all still very new for a lot of people, so we're just trying to grow together. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. We hope you liked the video and found it helpful, and as always, invest smart.